Have you ever tried to say yes to something or someone and then regret it immediately or later? You'll be surprised that so many people feeling so uncomfortable to say no, especially for aspiring entrepreneurs. Learn to say no is so crucial and important because it can mean the difference between success and failure. It is easy to say yes than to say no. But imagine that if you say yes to everything, you're on a one-way road to burnout. I used to say yes to almost everyone and everything, and I was so burned out and emotionally drained. I learned my hard lessons, and that's where my life started to change when I learned how to say no. So in this video, I want to share 4 healthy mindsets to help you to change the perspective of saying no and learn how to say no with confidence without have to say sorry. Hello everyone, welcome back to You Can Be Healed. If this is your first time here, this is Connie. I help aspiring entrepreneurs get rid of their toxic beliefs and emotional struggles so they can accelerate their business growth and achieve success faster without keep falling back into the same pattern and the same result. I also share all the tips and tricks on how you can stop living your life on repeat and start to live your life to the fullest from the inside out. So feel free to subscribe to my channel to show me some support. I post videos on every Sunday. So without further ado, let's get into it. I have worked with hundreds of aspiring entrepreneurs in the past 3 years from all over the world. And one of the most common problems that I hear is how to say no. Most of the time, they get themselves burned out or overwhelmed. It is because they're overcommitted to so many things in their life. And many people have the limiting beliefs about saying no is mean. Saying no is selfish because when we were young, we were taught to say yes to our parents, to our teachers. We have to obey them. So whatever what they told us, we just have to say yes. And that's why we get so used to say yes and we feel so uncomfortable to say no. But I want to tell you that when you say yes to others, make sure that you are not saying no to yourself. How many times that we say yes to others, but deep down we know that we didn't want to do it, but we still try to say yes because we want to be nice, we want to help, and we forgot that. We also need to help ourselves too. And let's be honest, we all want to be liked, especially for entrepreneurs. When you just start your business, you want to chase any opportunities that comes along. You want to build your relationship, build your network, and you started to say yes to everything and everyone. Because I did that when I first started my healing and coaching business, and this didn't work for a long time because you started to feel exhausted, overcommitted, and you didn't have time and energy to do the things what truly mattered to you. And I learned from this quote from Warren Buffett. Really successful people say no almost to everything. And Steve Jobs said, if you want to please everyone, go sell ice cream. We just cannot please every single person on this planet. So learning to say no is so important in our professional and personal life. Do you know that saying no is our right? We don't have to apologize for that. As I come across so many people, when before they say no, they will feel so embarrassed and they will first start with, sorry, I cannot do that. Sorry, maybe let me think about it. Sorry, fill in the blank. And we don't have to say sorry when we say no. And at the end of this video, I will also share some examples on how to say no. And I have created a free PDF for you. It's 50 ways to say no without saying sorry. I hope that can help you to say no with confidence. So here are 4 mindsets that can give you a different perspective of saying no. And after this, you will feel so confident to say no without feeling sorry and without feeling guilty. And at the same time, you will also free up a lot of time in your professional and personal life. So you can be more focused and do what really matters to you to help you achieve your ultimate goal and success. The first one is, if you want to master the art of saying no, you need to set your boundaries. In personal life aspect, I will always ask myself one thing. When I say yes to others, do I internally say no to myself? Especially for many aspiring entrepreneurs, when they start their business, they don't want to miss any opportunities that come along the way. That is kind of a scarcity mindset. There won't be enough opportunities or won't be enough clients. And that is not true, especially coaches. If you say yes to every client, if you know they're not a good fit and you still take them, the chance is they are not going to have a good experience. When they had a bad experience, then you're not just wasting your time and money, but now you have an unhappy client. And as a result, that can possibly damage your brand and reputation. Saying no helps you establish healthy boundaries and enable others to have clarity about what they can expect from you. And also, people may learn to respect your yes rather than take it for granted. I would like you to send out a clear message, set your boundaries on what quality that you're going to say yes and what kind of quality that you're going to say no, and stick to it. Second, saying no is a learned behavior. We were taught to say yes all the time when we were young. We have to say yes to our parents. We have to say yes to our teachers. We have to say yes to our bosses. So imagine that. It feels like we don't have the right to say no. And that's why people are feeling so uncomfortable and even guilty to say no. The first step is to practice. Practice saying no to the things that you're not 100% sure that you want to do, or you have the feeling of you are saying no to yourself. Imagine that. How many yes that you say to others while you are saying no to yourself? If you keep saying yes to others, you forget that you should also say yes to yourself. Saying no is not selfish at all, but it can help you to keep focus on the important things in your life. So what I would suggest you to do is start to say no and feel comfortable about it without feeling guilty. Just have the mindset that you have the right to say no. And same, when others say no to you, don't take it personally. Respect that we all have the right to say yes or no. As an entrepreneur, you already have so much on your plate. You are involved in all aspects of your business, including finance, marketing, operations, and beyond. If you don't carefully manage your time wisely, you become so easy to get distracted and lose focus on the things that really matter to you. And you know what? By saying yes to the things that are not really matter to you, that you are actually saying no to those other good opportunities out there that are waiting for you. And when you are saying no to the things that are not top priority to you, you are actually saying yes to your long-term goal and success. You're allowed to say no, and you don't need anyone's permission to that. You don't even need to explain why. Because what I encounter a lot is when people try to say no, they will then follow with a lot of explanations why they are saying no. And to be honest, that is not your obligation to say yes to everything and everyone in your life. And in reality, when you say no, you are actually doing a favor to the person you are saying no to because you are not prepared to waste their time. You are just being respectful of their time, your own time, and your own sanity. So how to say no nicely? Here are a few examples that I can share with you. You can simply say, "Thank you for thinking of me, and unfortunately, my schedule is fully booked." Or you can say, "I appreciate you asking me, but my time is already committed." And the other way that you can say is, I would really love to do that, but I'm not available until next month. You can give the time frame until you know when you have a schedule to do this thing. You can also use another way is doing some small favor for them. You might say, I can't do it, but I may know someone who can help you. I can refer you to that person. And you can also say, let me tell you what I can do. And this is exactly how to set your boundaries. That when you know what you're worth, when you know your value, and if you know how valuable your time is, you will know you want to do something that gives you the value that you deserve. If the thing that they ask you to do that you don't feel comfortable, but you know that maybe some areas that you can help or you want to help, then you can just give them what you can do for them and what you're comfortable to do with. When you learn to say no, it is so powerful, and that can transform your professional and personal life. And remember that saying no doesn't make you a bad person. You only have 24 hours a day, and you only have so much capacity. You still have your personal life, you still have your family, and you still need time to take care of your emotional and physical health. That would be the important things that you need to say yes to. Also, saying no is for your emotional health, because if you say yes to someone that you don't really want to, they may lead to resentment and anxiety as well. Because once you say yes, immediately you feel that you're responsible for it. But when you don't truly want to do that, that can create a lot of emotional pain. So for the sake of your emotional health, your success, you must learn how to say no. Always know your worth and don't be afraid to say no. The amazing thing is, once you learn how to say no, you're going to attract the right clients and the right people, right opportunities to come to your life. Because by then, you open up the doors and you have more energy and time for the good things to come to your life. And as I mentioned, I have created this free PDF, 50 ways to say no without saying sorry. Click the link below to download it, and I hope that it will help you. Thank you for watching, and I hope this inspires you. I'll see you next week.